Happy Tuesday, everyone, and happy birthday, Mr. Shawn Bailey. Hopefully you have a fantastic day, and I hope this just adds a little bit of extra specialness to it, all right? Today, what we got? We got a nice big birthday workout for you with a little bit of time chunks in terms of some work sets. But before we get to that, let's talk about our warm-up, which is going to get ourselves really good and prepped. We have our Sumo Squat for 5 reps, 3 seconds down, 1 second pause, 3 seconds stand, into our single leg RDL for 3 per side, or back scale, all right, depending on where you're at for that. Moving into our dynamic triangle for 3 aside, and then back to the single leg RDL. So we're gonna do like a little single leg kind of sandwich work there. From there, Goblet Squat for 5, at any tempo you'd like, just to work on opening up and working on that tall vertical squat. 2 to 3 rounds in that work set. We're gonna move down to the bottom piece, get things kind of fired up, get used to the snatch and the dumbbell. We have our ankle pops for 10 seconds, rest 10, moving right into some lateral ski jumps for 20 seconds, and then you're gonna move into a dumbbell sumo deadlift for 3, dumbbell hang power snatch for 2, and then a dumbbell snatch from the floor, or the floor where it happens to be below the knee. All right, so the first one, hang power above the knee, dumbbell snatch below the knee, anywhere you're comfortable. Then you hit that for 3 to 5 rounds, and move into our work set. So the work set is in 2 minutes, you'll have 2 minutes to take down max double unders, or singles, or a variation of jumping that I'm going to show you in our warm-up today. From there, you go directly into a 5-minute AMRAP. And the 5-minute AMRAP, if you're using a single dumbbell, will be 3 snatches on one side, and then you'll pull down, and then you'll do 3 front squats. Then you'll switch sides. 3 snatches on one side, and then 3 front squats. And you're gonna alternate back and forth, taking that down for 5 minutes. Try and stay moving for the whole 5. Take advantage. And then right after that 5 minutes is done, you're gonna go right back to a 2-minute clock of double unders, or whatever you did in the opening for that max rep work set. Keep in mind there is no rest in between these work sets, unless you need to take some transitional rest, but there's no actual cited rest here. So 2 minutes goes right into the 5 minutes, right into the last 2 minutes. So we're looking at 9 minutes of work, nice and quick back and forth, okay? Cool little work set. We'll give you some options for the jump. The loading for the snatch and the front squat is the same dumbbell, and it should again be something that you can throw over your head so you can move right into those front squats out of the snatch. Let's get you warmed up. Let's get you ready to go. Okay. All right, guys, let's warm you guys up. We'll get our feet underneath of our hips. We'll take those arms big and tall up overhead. We're gonna give ourselves a little shrug. We're gonna come back down with the arms, hands out to the T, and turn them in, turn them out. We'll come back overhead and shrug, pull them down, come back out, turn them in, turn them out, take them up, and shrug, and take them all the way down to the floor. Let's touch those toes, walk up the shins, nice flat back. We're gonna come down and frame our foot, step it back into our lizard, and then our inside hand is gonna reach way up to the sky, rotate forearm to the floor, come back up, and rotate to the floor, come back up, and rotate to the floor, and back up, and plant that hand. Outside hand's gonna reach way up to the sky, take it down, we're gonna step back into our down dog, set those shoulders and just start walking those heels out, back and forth, nice and steady. Waking up the ankles, we'll balance it out, we'll step the other foot up into our lizard. Inside hand's gonna reach way up to the sky, rotate, forearm to the floor if you can, back up, rotate, come back up, and rotate, and back up. Plant the hand, take the outside hand up, plant that on the floor, we'll step back into our down dog, reach those hips, and take a hand to the toe, to the toe, to the toe, and toe. One more time, toe, and toe. Back into center. We'll walk our feet up. Roll ourselves up. Big stretch overhead. Hand to the shoulder, ribs in. We're going to walk our scapula again. So we're going to reach with the elbow, come down, reach with the elbow, down, reach, and down, reach, and down. One more time, reach, and down, and reach, and down. Big stretch. Shrug, and back down. Let's get you fired up and ready to go, you guys. If you'd like to continue doing some gentle warm-up, please do so. Take your time, get yourself ready, pause the video, and then come back to us. We're going to work you through that next phase, which is the Sumo Squat. So we're going to start our day off with a slightly wider stance for our squat. Toes are slightly turned out, but again, not so wide that the knees collapse inwards. So if you find when you do the squat, the knees are collapsing in, regardless of how hard you're pushing them out, just make sure that you're taking that moment to press them out or adjust your feet. So I get set up, I'm going to pull the hips back and down towards my heels, send my knees out to the side as I stay weighted through the midfoot, and I keep that big toe down the floor. From here, I'm going to stand up, nice and smooth, and then I get set to take it down again. So I'm going to take it down in a 3, 2, 1, pause, and then a 3, 2, 1, stand. So again, standing in this nice big position, wider stance, tall. I take myself down, 3, 2, 1, tall. And then I work on that good back position, and I maintain my hip and shoulder coming up together. From there, I'm going to move into my single leg RDL. I'm going to show you two options without a weight. All right, so I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. So I have my back scale raised, so my hips are square. I tip, keeping my knees soft, and my heel pressing back towards the back of the room, and stand tall. Or a slightly more RDL version, but with no weight. I'm going to push my hip back as I lower my hands to my knees. So I get a little bit more knee bend, and a little bit more hinge, so my chest stays up instead of showing it to the floor. With the dumbbell, I'll turn to the front so you guys can see these ones. I'll hold the dumbbell with two hands, pick my foot, get set, and then again, push my hip back, take the dumbbell to my knee or just below, keeping my hips square, body square, and then stand tall. Or, I'll take the hand in the same leg, all right, that is going to go back, keep my body square, pull back, till that dumbbell reaches the knee, and stand tall. From there, I can also get this weight on the same side that's holding, and then send that other leg back and work that square body position and tall. The very important part about this one is that we don't let the body rotate and open and get pulled around by the side that has the load. We want to try and stay as square as we can. From there, we're going to move into our dynamic triangle. So we'll set our feet up a little wider. How about our sumo stance? Toe will turn to the side, toe will turn the angle, hand will be on the thigh, and then our hand will reach to the sky. You can lightly load this as we pull the hip back, find that nice straight leg position as we trace the shin, and then we rise up nice and smooth. And then we pull the hips back, and then we rise up nice and smooth. We do 3 per side. So now the key point here is if I've done my 3rd rep and I'm switching, make sure that my stance doesn't narrow, or else it's going to be really awkward moving into that 1st rep on this side. All right? So make sure we check our feet, make sure they stay in the same distance so that they don't narrow up on us and make us fall over or not allow us to get our true range of motion. The next exercise again after that is that single leg RDL. So again, doing that single leg RDL sandwich with or without load, especially if you're kind of new to that one. If you like to do the 1st rep without load and then the 2nd set with load, that's also fine too. Finishing off that top piece, we have our goblet squat. So just working on our good squat mechanics, holding the dumbbell under the chin. My feet are in my regular squat stance. I'm going to take them down, hips to the heel, knees go out, body's upright, and then I stand tall. So no tempo technically, but if you'd like to add one in, I'm never against that. So again, from the side, take it down, working on my hip and shoulder rising together and maintaining that nice, tall torso. Weight staying through the midfoot, making sure I'm balanced with that big toe on the floor and trying to use that full flat foot position. As a quick little recap, we have our Sumo Squat, 5 reps at a 3-1-3 tempo, single leg RDL or back scale, all right, 3 per side, dynamic triangle 3 per side, back into the RDL for 3 per side, and then some goblet squats to bring it all together for 5 reps. No tempo, but if you'd like to add one in, please do so. 2 to 3 rounds there, and then we're going to move into our next phase. So pause the video, get yourself primed, get your body moving around really well, and then come back and join me for the next phase of work, which starts with the ankle pop. So the ankle pop, again, I'll back up a little bit. In this warm-up, as you start progressing, if you're skipping in this workout, you can start substituting the ankle pop, or sorry, the skip for the ankle pop, just to get that rope in there. But for the first couple rounds, use the ankle pop. It's a nice way to get the ankles ready. So I'm going to get my feet relatively close together, my hands to the side like I'm holding the skipping rope, and I'm just going to hop. Nice and relaxed, nice and tight through the midsection, but relaxed feet so we get that nice rebound. I'm not landing super stiff or hard. I have some good soft knee bend in there and just letting that rebound happen naturally. I'm not trying to control that too much, except controlling my midsection so I'm not bouncing with my upper body. I'm staying tight and strong through my ribs to keep myself moving well, okay? So our next exercise after that 10 seconds rest is that lateral ski jump. So again, we have the option of loading the leg, using the jump, trying to get as far across as we can with control so we're not jumping and landing and going, ah, and falling, but working on controlling that lateral motion and energy. If you're like, I don't jump to it, lateral is really tough, you can work on that side step to balance, working through that, getting the arms involved if you like in that lateral step, or if you'd like to start jumping and work on it, don't worry about how far you are. Just kind of work on a little mini distance, and as you feel comfortable, start making it a little bit bigger, a little bit more controlled, all right, a little bit larger, more momentum, but make sure the control and the focus on that is there, okay? So play with that, have some fun with it, just some lateral movement, get the heart rate up a little bit. Mine just jumped right there a little bit with all those jumps, and then we're gonna grab the dumbbell. So the dumbbell work today is a snatch and a front squat, but the front squat's pretty straightforward. So we're going to move into our dumbbell snatch. And prepping for that, we're going to work through our Sumo Deadlift. So the dumbbell cuts my foot in half. I stand super tall. I'm going to take my hips back till my hand gets to my knee, and then I'm going to squat down, which gives me a little bit more upright position. And then I'm going to stand it up. I'm going to do that for 3 reps, just to work on range of motion. See where I am at for today. You might find that you're like, ooh, I can only get to here right now. And if that doesn't change, that's where you're going to snatch from, okay, instead of touching it to the ground. So you're going to work on that good position. If you're like, nope, I'm pretty good, I can get all the way to the floor, not an issue, then you can take that snatch from the ground and work that full range to the floor. From there, we do 3 on one side, and then we're going to take it down into our hang power snatch for 2. The hang power snatch, we're going to take it from above the knee or at the knee. So we'll take the dumbbell to the knee, snatch, stand, come back down, do another, take it to the knee, ride, stand tall. Once I finish that, I'm going to take the dumbbell below the knee or to the floor and work through that nice dumbbell snatch. Stand tall, come back down for 1, put it down well, just like I was practicing my deadlift, and then switch sides. Very key thing, by practicing each of those pieces, we've broken down the individual pieces of the snatch from the floor. We have that good solid deadlift, so I'm going to show you again from the front. We have that good solid deadlift that gets us to that full hip and knee extension. So I stand all the way up, my arm stays straight. From there, I'm working on that acceleration from the knee into that nice drive, keeping the arm straight until I pull out of the dumbbell. And that's when I get that high and outside position for my elbow, which keeps the dumbbell close. And then I come down. From there, once I've done my second one, I bring all those pieces together. So I take it from the floor position, I stand it up, get to the knee, then accelerate, and drop. Okay? So we're just breaking it down into its individual pieces, just to make sure and give you a chance to practice keeping that arm straight, working that leg drive, getting that acceleration started from the knee up to mid-thigh when we really turn it on, and get that dumbbell flowing overhead. All the while, keeping the dumbbell nice and close to our body overhead, not swinging out in front. One nice close dumbbell path. Okay? So really cool work set there. Have some fun with it. Quick little recap. Ankle pop, which can be replaced with skipping later on, into our lateral ski jump for 20 seconds. 3 sumo deadlifts with the dumbbell, into our hang power snatch for 2, which is above or at the knee, and then 1 dumbbell snatch from below the knee or the floor, okay? And then rest, recover, do anything else you need to, and repeat that, getting yourself ready to go for the workout. The workout itself, so pause the video I should say, take down those rounds, get yourself ready, come back, we're gonna talk about the work set and take it from there, okay? Our workout today has max reps double unders. So if you have a skipping rope and you can skip at home, or I have different options on the bottom for you guys, that's awesome. You can play. But what we got for you guys is that max rep double under or single. So you're gonna skip for 2 minutes. If you don't have a skipping rope, but you wanna work on that skipping rebound, work on your ankle pops. Keep track of how many ankle pops, or work on the power jump, and keep track of how many power jumps you get in that time frame. And again, the power jump is just kind of simulating the double under. We stay tight, we stay in that good position, nothing changes, but I work on just a little bit more powerful jump, and I think with my hands going at the same time as my feet hit the ground. So that's an option as well. Another option, if you'd like, is 2 minutes max rep broad jump. So I can work on throwing my hips, landing, standing, turning around, standing tall, or if I have a longer path, I can do max rep broad jump in 2 minutes. That is going to be a lot of tiring stuff, all right, because it's max effort, max power output for each rep, all right, but that's a cool option for you guys as well. Or this lovely little option as well, max tuck jump. So we get that jump, pull the knees up, land soft with the knees out, all right? Tuck jump can also be anything from here, all right? Working on pulling those knees up into the chest, but making sure we're landing and absorbing in that power position, okay? So you do 2 minutes, max rep, tuck jump, broad jump, ankle pop, and or power jump, all right? So there'll be more options there, but that's a nice way to just work on some jumping, okay? I'd also say jump squat, if you'd like, even though we are doing some front squats in the workout. If you want to work on some jump squats as well, take those down. Gets the heart rate up, gets the act of jumping in there as well, and very tiring. All right. After that, the sequence of events, so we've done our 2 minutes of max whatever jumping we're doing, we go right into 5 minutes of 3 dumbbell snatches on one side. So I get the dumbbell, I get set, I get the dumbbell up to mid-thigh, accelerate, come down, keeping it close, working that good dumbbell path, good down. Once I'm done my third one, I can come in to 3 front squats, and then switch my hands and move into the next round, all right? So all on one side, flip, all the other side, try and keep that going for 5 minutes. If you need to rest, try and rest in between hands. Try and get the 3 snatches into the 3 front squats, put the dumbbell down for a second, go, breathe for a little while, rest for a little bit, then start the next one. But it's only 5 minutes, so don't rest too long. Short set, short rest, try and keep the body moving, okay? After the 5 minutes, it goes right into 2 minutes of whatever jumping apparatus or movement you chose, skipping, tuck jumps, broad jumps, power jumps, whatever else I have on the bottom there for you guys. Take it down. Try and match the first round. You'll probably be a little less, but that's okay, because you've done a lot of extra work in between there, all right? So try and keep it consistent, see how it goes, see the difference between the 2 rounds, without fatigue, under fatigue. It's kind of fun to check those things out, all right? But happy birthday, Shawn. Hopefully you enjoy this workout. I'm really excited to see this one taken down. People at home, let me know how it went. Let me know how you took it down. I'm always interested in that feedback and that info. Keeps me happy, keeps me smiling. Love hearing about what you guys are doing at home. But super excited for this one, you guys. This is a cool little work set. Fast little spurts, done before you know it, all right? Until I see you tomorrow, have a fantastic day. Happy birthday, Shawn, and I'll see you very, very soon.